What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Hustle with JesseW, and today we're going to go over the importance of pattern recognition. Check it out. What's going on, guys? Let's jump into this video here. It looks like I'm in the jungles, but I'm really just on the upper deck here at the Keys house. So today, I took some time to talk to the guys at the daytraderchatroom.com and go over the importance of pattern identification, right? Or identifying patterns, just basically focusing on that and why it's important, especially for new traders, to practice identifying patterns. You see, the problem is that a lot of times people don't realize how important it is to practice pattern recognition, especially new traders. And you want to practice pattern recognition because it's stocks, guys, it's charts. We're watching for these patterns. So you need to be quick to recognize the patterns. You need to be able to look at a chart and within seconds identify support and resistance at a minimum. You need to be able to see patterns as they're developing before they fully developed, right? So you need to be able to identify the beginning of a cup and handle, the beginning of a bull flag, right? You need to be able to identify, a head and shoulders pattern when it's basically forming the head, not when it's already fully formed. You need to be able to see these things ahead of time and notice that there's a possibility for them to develop so that you can start establishing a game plan. It's not, in my opinion, for one to start entering positions already, right? Because the pattern isn't fully developed, but for one to start establishing game plans. So in this video, we're going to talk about that. We're going to look at some chart setups here, and we're going to go over pattern recognition. All right. Before we move any further, do me a favor. Don't smash the like button. Don't even look at it. Watch the video, right? If you learned something, if you enjoyed it, if you found value, then at the end of it, do me a favor. It helps me out tremendously. Smash that like button. And if you're new and haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload my next video. All right. Now let's go ahead and jump into the charts. All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about the importance of pattern recognition and why it's important for you, especially as a new trader, to practice pattern recognition. And how can you do that? Well, numerous ways. You can do it with us in interactive training sessions. Extremely important. If you guys want to do interactive training today, at least a little mini interactive training session, let me know. Just throw it up in chat and I'll get ready for that as well. Practice, taking screenshots and just looking at them over and over and over again on your own computer as well, right? Over the weekends, at night, stuff like that. Come on in at night, go through the charts of the day on the movers and try to find patterns, try to find cup and handles, try to find double bottoms, bull flags, bear flags, U-shapes, ascending triangles, descending triangles. Try to find patterns, head and shoulders. Look for them. The more time you put in front of these charts, the more time you give your eyes time to get accustomed to looking for and searching out these patterns, right? Like I can grab a daily chart and pretty much within a few seconds map out a bunch of different support and resistance lines for you, at least the main ones that one would look for. So that comes with time. And in order to do that, you got to sit at the screen and do it, right? And why is pattern recognition so important? Well, because it's what you can rely on to set your trade plans. For example, when you're a new trader, it takes a while for you to recognize patterns. Obviously, we all have done that, right? We've all been there. And more often than not, by the time you recognize the pattern, it no longer works. It doesn't. Why? Well, because since you are a new trader, you've recognized it already after it's been working for an extended period of time. And when something works for an extended period of time like that, usually by that time it starts to get weak. Pattern isn't as significant anymore. Everyone sees it. Everyone either jumps in early, ruins the pattern, sells out late, flushes, ruins the pattern. It's just too many people involved in the pattern, especially newer traders, and they ruin the pattern. Now, it's not a knock on new traders. It's just the way it is, right? Everybody was a new trader at one point or another. But the importance of recognizing patterns is so you can recognize them earlier on.
Now, everyone knows about the SPY and the 50-day moving average. Who doesn't know? Even regular, like CNBC talks about it on TV. And when the hell do you ever see them talk about stuff like that? Rarely ever. Boom. Look at this. Look how many times that 50-day, right, has worked. Look at this. It's insane how many times this 50-day has worked. The more the pattern works, the more it'll probably eventually fail. Boom. Case in point. Every other time it's launched, like lunar launch, like Elon Musk sending somebody to space off the level. This time it's just sat there. And now people are like, we're supposed to be launching off this. Why isn't it? And you have a bunch of noobs, new traders that have thought, hey, this always works and it should always work. And now they're like, crap, it's not working. Why isn't it working? And you might see the fail of the pattern finally, especially coupled with the Fed meeting next week. Now, this goes hand in hand with intraday chart setups, although they work less often, right? In the sense, because this right here, you can see worked, my God, for an entire year. And intraday, you might see a week where U-shape red degree moves are working beautifully. And then 2 or 3 days into it, they start working a little bit less beautiful. On the 4th, 5th day, they don't really work that well at all. Why? Because the pattern is now being recognized by more and more traders. And what happens when more and more traders recognize it? A lot more new traders are recognizing it. So what happens? What are new traders notorious for? Allowing emotions to dictate their decision making. Meaning that they're going to jump in when they think they see the pattern about to happen, full size. And then what do you get? Well, I'll show you a perfect example. Let's say, forget about this being the SPY. Let's just pretend this is a regular stock. And it's looking like it's going to U-shape red to green. And it's been working. Let's say it's been working every day for like the past 3 or 4 days. And now all of a sudden, you know what? It's not really going to work that much. But what do you get? You get a bunch of new traders that jump in here too early, and then they get nervous and they sell out, and then bang, you get a nasty flush. So that invalidates the pattern. No longer is it going to work because it ruined it. Everyone ruined the pattern. Had they not FOMO'd into it ahead of time and possibly allowed this to make a move like that with a pullback right back into the support zone, allowing people to truly get in there, then you probably would have gotten something like this. But you don't, because you get the FOMO crowd that jumps in there because they've recognized the pattern because it's been working for 4 days now. And then all of a sudden, they're like, crap, why isn't it going? Why isn't it going? Well, because everybody that's traded the pattern has traded it all week long like this, and you just jumped in here way too early, and now everybody's nervous, and bang, you get the fail. That's why it's important to recognize patterns, to practice pattern recognition, so you can be one of the first people to recognize pattern development early on in the trend, be it a day trend, a week trend, monthly trend, a daily trend, etc. Okay? So that's today's lesson, guys. Practice, 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 practice pattern recognition. It is extremely helpful. All right, that was the whole entire thesis, and I've been talking about it all week long on the SPY here today. And bang, we banged out a nice little options trade on it.
All right, guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your favorite pattern is. Drop it in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Check out the daytraderchatroom.com 5-day trial in the description and comment section, and I'll catch you on the next one.